So now they're at another place where they've gone through the trials and tribulations, but they've been faithful and diligent overall to what they've received. And now they have this another period of rest, but it's also a preparatory place for what is to come.
Right.
And let's just be a little sympathetic here to Laman and Lemuel, that, like you said, they get to this place, which is wonderful, and they think, this is it. This is a promised land.
Not so bad. Not Jerusalem, but not so bad.
And then Nephi comes down from the mountain, and he's like, we're building a boat.
And that could only mean one thing.
And they're like,
we ain't staying here.
And I mean, just think, they had to have looked at Nephi and say, are you out of your mind?
Yeah.
Are you no, that is what they say.
Yeah.
They say, our brother is a fool. He thinks he can build a ship. I'm not listening to you. You're crazy.
That's exactly how they felt. And most of us would probably feel the exact same way, right? We finally get to a point where we think, we've made it. We can relax now and rest. And then immediately we get this inspiration or this feeling, or somebody who's closely related to us says, hey, time to go do something else now. And it just almost drives you crazy, And
so they hate on Nephi. Like, they call him a fool, but Nephi gets discouraged, and they feed off that.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
like Laman and Lemuel, they see Nephi discouraged, and like that, like they like that, because they're like, okay, like this ain't happening. Like we're definitely not building that ship. We're gonna stay here where we have prosperity, and like it's like important lesson there to not that when we get discouraged, that is fuel for the enemy, right? Those who are against us. That's fuel for them. They feed on that. And, they just kept piling on. We knew that you couldn't construct a ship. We knew you're lacking in judgment. There's no way you can accomplish such a great work. And look, okay, so then they just go into murmur, like just the thought of continuing on this journey, puts them back into murmuring.
Yeah.
Even though they're in a place, of blessings, the thought of there's more to come, this isn't it. It just puts them back into murmuring. And they start complaining about wandering in the wilderness and everything they've gone through. What do they say? It would have been better that they had died before leaving Jerusalem than to go through all these things. So, I mean, Nephi comes down and says, the Lord commanded me to build a ship. We're going to sail across the waters. And they just say, we'd rather be dead. We'd rather be dead than build a ship and go across the it's just like, there's no winning. There's no winning with it.
I could definitely see my 3-year-old responding that way. Like, finally, it's over. Not exactly. We got more walking to do. So it's like, I'd rather die. Like, they just totally drama, just complete drama. And part of you is sympathetic. Everything they've been through. The sad part, the deep part is they've totally missed the entire opportunity the Lord is giving them to grow close to Him, to understand Him and His ways better, and to start to be transformed into the individual that we clearly see Nephi being transformed into. And coming up here, we're going to see just how interesting and just how ironic what this transformation is leading to between Laman and Lemuel and Nephi.
And so how does Nephi respond? Well, he goes into Mosaic covenant mode.
Yep.
And he goes into that pattern of trying to remind them of the great things that the Lord has done and delivering the children of Israel. And he goes into the scriptures and he starts talking about Moses and the deliverance of God to the children of Israel. And he starts teaching them essentially from the scriptures, right?
What do we say this was? It's a Jewish tradition, actually, of teaching it this way. What is it called?
So the Midrash.
Midrash, that's what it is. Yeah.
Midrash.
Yeah.
Hang on, I got to get my Hebrew.
Yeah.
Midrash.
Good enough for me, man.